This is Voices of Race and Change, a dialogue across generations where elders and youth come together in intimate settings to share their race relations experiences and the changes that occur in our everyday lives. In this encounter, Haitian students at Toussaint Louverture High School for Arts and Justice in Delray Beach, Florida, who are new immigrants, get some candid personal insights into civil rights history and the differences and experiences of Haitian Americans and African Americans from two elders who lived through it all.
I think I had a positive upbringing in that I valued people as they were. So it never really hurt me in any way, but when I was coming up, it was the 60s and Black Power was a movement and things of that sort. So I was more of a tourist or a spectator to that whole thing, but it really never hit me, or maybe I didn't allow it to. But when I had to fill out forms and they had to say black or white, well, back then I always put black, but somehow in me I said, well, if I do put black, do I answer positively for some of my heritage that's actually white? So that's in and of itself, when you label something, creates confusion. Later on, when I was in Europe, I met someone from South Africa, and that lady, I asked her one day, and she was darker than I was, Jackie, what are you? What do you consider yourself? She said, colored. I said, Jackie, I would really rather that you'd pick one, but not the middle, because it'll mess with your mind. So, and so for me, after that experience, when I was asked to write black or white, I still would pick black, but sometimes I felt that the color didn't really matter. So I picked other, and I would put human. So, all right, so that was my political statement.
Well, in the creative world, I learned how not to use anything for an excuse. Yes, we can. Figure out how can we get around a lot of different issues. So I spent much of my life learning how to do things that were not normally accepted. I wanted to make movies. I wanted to do television. I could not get involved in it through the traditional sense because, number one, I didn't know how to. I'm from Camden, New Jersey, the worst place in the United States. Highest crime rate. Nightmare. When I was in high school, I did not know you could go to college to study filmmaking. I went to college for engineering and switched to music. Never knowing that I could have went for film or television production. Never even heard the word television production. So I kind of sort of learned it on my own because it's something that I did since I was born. And when I got older and I wanted to do things in the movie theater, have movies shown in the movie theaters, or have television shows on TV, I learned how to do it by doing it myself and creating it myself, and then going to the TV station as a client. Instead of begging them, said, why don't you show this show on TV? I said, why don't I get my own sponsors, and why don't I control it, and then I become the station's client. And then even though I did that, I still ran into some things that probably race had something to do with it. Okay, so I get around the issues, some of those issues, because I find people, I'm smart enough to know that if these people don't accept me rather than challenge them, I get a white face. I went to do a movie in Splendid China. I got an Asian face to go approach the people in Splendid China. Well, one thing I learned from my students who are mostly Haitian is that their viewpoint on color and African Americans' viewpoint on color seem to differ greatly. Black, one thing that I learned from my Haitian students that all the Haitians that I know, and I have a couple of just like sons to me, they're proud to be Haitian. It's like I'm Haitian and they're very, very proud to be Haitian. But in the African American community, during my time period, during all the riots and things during the 60s, we were black and we were proud, because prior to that, we weren't proud. Haitians had something to be proud of. They knew their Haitian history. You know, I learned about Toussaint, I learned about what he did and what the Haitians did, and they were proud people. We didn't have that. So we became proud because we were black and we were different. So black, saying that we were black, not color, and being black was a big issue. We were black because we wanted to differentiate ourselves from other people. So we were black, proud people because we were black.
I wasn't really exposed to racism until I came in the States, because in Haiti, you can call a person by their race and they won't get offended by it. And when I came here, one thing that I noticed was that in an African community, for a Haitian kid, like I could say we're different, but like for a person to try to when a person speak a different way, they would say, hey, this person is trying to act white, or is trying to, you know, they don't consider that person as black. They consider black as being like, you have to be doing music, you have to be doing this to be black. And I thought about it, and I could say that it's because I came to a point where I think it's because like African Americans had really something really taken from them, like the actual culture, the African culture really, and it's what we Haitians have, and I think that's what differentiates us a lot.
Race can be a bridge across cultures and generations. The more we talk and listen, the more we learn. This is Dr. Kitty Oliver. Voices of Race and Change, a dialogue across generations, is a production of the Youth Outreach Project of the Race and Change Initiative, directed by Dr. Kitty Oliver in Florida Atlantic University's School of Communication and Multimedia Studies. For more information on the Race and Change Dialogue, visit www.kittyoliveronline.com.